Good evening. Did you know that kids are spending almost 30 hours a week on cell phones? This does not include the amount of time they spend in school or online activities. I have a few nieces and nephews, and as I see them get older, the more that cell phones become a huge part of their everyday lives. Most kids today spend too much time behind a bright little screen than the good outdoors. Too much cell phone usage can affect these kids and their health, their behavior, and even in school. Most of these parents continue with this little habit just so they can get a little peace and quiet around the house or even run errands. But is letting their kids be on their cell phone for almost 5 hours a day healthy for them? Today I'll be discussing why cell phones are a problem for kids and how to resolve this issue. A kid's action and reaction due to a cell phone being taken away may be phone addiction. Many parents will notice behavior changes when a kid gets hooked on their cell phone, and a common behavior is tantrums. In a YouTube video called Internet Addiction Disorder Affecting Toddlers shows a mother of 3 kids explaining how video games on their kid's cell phone makes them very aggressive and throw tantrums. And another article by Michael Snyder, Are We Destroying Kids with Technology, shows a baby crying and says, a baby less than 1 year old and already throwing a massive tantrum when a cell phone is being taken away. Another behavior, usually from older kids, ages 10 to 15, is inappropriate behavior. And a website called staysafe.org says, a child might stop listening to the parents and pay more attention to what they're doing on their cell phone. The same website states, the worst part of cell phones for kids is that many of them might engage in extremely inappropriate behavior and potentially dangerous. It is a shocker that even in school, cell phones are a big issue for these kids. When it comes to cell phones in school, it could do more damage than good. A major problem with this issue is cyberbullying. On the website staysafe.org, it says that kids and teens can send very angry messages to each other and even make it harder for other kids to enjoy living their lives, which is actually pretty sad to read. In an article by Elizabeth Englander, more cell phones used by children means more bullying, says, giving a younger child a cell phone increases the likelihood that that child will become the bully or be the victim of cyberbullying or bullying. Cell phones can be a problem when it comes to classroom etiquette. Paul Barnwell states in this article, do smartphones have a place in classroom? That is a constant struggle to keep kids engaged in classroom and off their cell phones. ScienceDirect.com describes that excessive cell phone usage impacts attention and learning in class. Even cell phones can be a health issue for these kids. No one knows how dangerous cell phones can affect a kid both physically and mentally. Using cell phones can affect a kid's physical state over time. The website staysafe.org explains how some kids focus less on physical activities and just sit around and play on their cell phones all day. It also states that there might be some risk with headaches and fatigues from all the radiation coming from cellular devices. A kid's mental state can change fairly quickly when a cell phone is used very constant. A YouTube video, Stunning Results After Research Look at Effects of Cell Phone of Kids by Channel 7, shows an MRI of a kid with a cell phone and an MRI of a drug addict that look fairly similar. The same video explains how the brain shuts down when the kid interacts with the cell phone, where the executive function is not working, where self-control and functioning takes place. At what age should kids start interacting with cell phones? In conclusion, cell phones are a problem for these kids because it can affect their behavior, their health, and their education. Kids should be limited to the amount of time they spend on a cellular device and be taught at an age where they understand these issues. Do you really think it is worth giving a kid a cell phone after discussing the issues? Think about how hard it'll be to reverse the effects with too much cell phone usage. A cell phone to a kid is like a drug. Don't let it get to that point. Our kids' health is very important. Thank you.